Hi, fellow friends. I'm back again once in your space. And on my earlier introduction, I did concerning the poultry farming and those that they want to start and those that they want to go into it. So I'm here once again on how to start this business. So on this education on how to start the poultry farming, step one or point one, you need to develop a comprehensive business plan for the business. It is very key. You need to plan for the business, because without planning you cannot start anything. In life, if you don't plan for anything, you cannot even start. So you need to develop a plan for the business. As I said, for we plan towards it. In my earlier video, I told you that even though we even build a structure earlier, let's say earlier, about a year ago, before we even venture, because of we wanted to know much about it and the risk factors and those things. So finally, you need to build a comprehensive business plan. It's very key. If you don't develop it, you cannot even start to even start at all, because poultry business is very capital intensive. I must say that I always say that it is, but it's also profitable as well. So you need to develop a plan for the business. So two, you need to get the land or land acquisition. You need to get a land. It's very key, because without a land you cannot start, or a space. For me, I am doing it in my house. I have a space, about a quarter plot in my house. That's the building I'm in right now doing this video. So land is very key, or a space in your house. If you feel that you have a space that is enough to accommodate, depending on the number of beds also you want to start with, is very key, and the construction of the structure. So it's very key. Land is very key in this. So you need to get a land or to get a space to start with. Some want to do in a larger scale, some want to start small. In a larger scale, if you have a big space or a big land, is very key. It's not necessary that you need to get a land in the rural area or a place that is not much developed or whatever, because you can be in a city here or in the urban area here and start with it. Because I'm in the urban area, or let's say a metropolis or a city. That's where I am now. But just that in here you might not get much space or much land to do on a large scale. But in the rural areas or where that is not much developed, you may even get land which is more bigger, that you can go on a large scale, which is very good. Because for what I've seen is, the more bigger it is, the more profit you make. Yes, it is. So as I said, land is very key. So we go to, that's the second one. So the third one is that building a structure or constructing an appropriate structure for the poultry. Why do I say so? The structure needs to be appropriate. It's very key. You cannot just construct anything and just say you want to start with it, because that is why you need to read more also on structure concerning when you want to enter into this poultry business. Well, the structure is very key, because for birds or chickens, they need more ventilation. Ventilation is very key. So when you are constructing the structure, you need to do it in a way that it will help you, so that, because fowls initially develop heat. I didn't know until I entered here. They develop heat, especially when they grow when the feathers comes, and they develop heat. Seriously, yes. So if there's no much ventilation, or your structure is not appropriate, it's going to affect the birds as well, because ventilation is also key for them to grow. So the structure need to be appropriate so that you get the right height, the right size, and also the right ventilation for the poultry house. So that's the third one I said. And the fourth one is the system that you want to run. Which system are you going to run? That is one question you need to ask yourself. We have the battery cage system, or we have the cage system, and the open system or deep litter system. That's all. The open system or the deep litter system, and we have the cage system. You have the cage system. So with the cage system, that is one at my back here. That's the cage system. And the deep litter, I used to run, when I started, I was doing the deep litter system. That's the open system, whereby the birds walk freely in the pen. So the fourth one is what type of system are you going to run? Am I going to run the deep litter system, that's the open system, or the cage system? So that one too. But for a beginner that may be looking at capital that you don't have much, you need to start with a deep litter system. For me, I think the deep litter system, you need to start with that one. Why do I say so? Because with a cage system here, it requires another capital. If you have the money, you can go with it. It's good. Well, for we ran a deep litter system for a while before we came back to, like, we changed to the battery system, the battery cage system. So running the caging system, the deep litter system, if you don't have much money, you need to start with that one. And also, I'm advising those that maybe they are in the urban or you don't have much space in your place. I think going with the cage system for the start, that can give you more space to raise more birds. Because if you want to rely on the deep litter, the deep litter is an open system. So, and the birds also must not be crowded. So running that system and your space is small, you cannot get in, you cannot take in more birds. That one it's one of the things you need to know. But if you don't have the money, you can start with a deep litter system, and later you migrate to the cage system. That's the fourth point I said. That's the cage system. So the fifth point is the birds or the chicks, or how to outsource a healthy bird from the breeder. So that's the fifth point. You need to get, after the type of system that you want to run, the next point is the birds that you need to bring in. So what birds, how to get the birds, or what type of birds do you want to bring in? That one also, you need to read more about it. So the birds, you have so many type of birds and more type of breeds in the system. We have the Lowman Brown Classic. We have the Highland. We have there are so many type. There are so many type of birds, and also this is the point I've forgotten this point that I just wanted to state. So what type of birds do you want to run? Is it the layers? The birds, we have two types. We have the layers and the broiler. So which one are you going for? Are you going for the layers or the broiler? The broilers are for the meat purposes, and the layers are for egg production. So you need to know where you want to go. Are you going to do the broiler system? That's for the meat, or the egg, the layers? That's for eggs. So that one you need to know. So concerning the birds, so you need to know which one you are going in for. So it is very key. because some may want to go into the broiler system and some to want to go into the layer system. For me, I am running the layer system for now, and I do the broiler based on maybe when I get the order, because running the broiler system, what I've seen is you need to get a market ready, because the broiler within 3 months they are ready, so you need to get the market, because after the 3 months you cannot just be feeding them while you are not getting it, and you'll be running out of loss. So you need to get a market for, or if somebody, you can go in an agreement or a contract with somebody or company that, or maybe a restaurant that they may need it. In that case, you can go in for the broiler, or you want to do purposely for meat, or you want to go in purposely for egg production. So that is the two beds that we run. We have the cockerel and other stuff, but these are the two main ones that I'm talking about now. So the fifth one is the beds, as I said. So know the type of beds that you want to, or the type of breeders house that you want to pick your beds. But some of them, if you don't get it right, you don't get a healthy bed from the beginning, it will be very hard for you to achieve. Also, selection of beds from the right breeder is very key. Now, say in Ghana here, we have some of the breeders' house in Ghana here, which are, for me, where I pick my beds, they are very strong. I'm using the Loman Brown Classic. They are very strong for our system. So when you are going for the beds, you need to know the type of bed that you are going for our system, because when we started breeding, we couldn't have much challenges. We couldn't have mortalities. Mortality was very low. Like doing breeding, no challenge at all. So the type of bed is very key to this. So I think I will end here for now, and I'll come up with the next step on where to go. And I think with this education, it will help you a long way on how to prepare yourself for the next stage of on entering into a poultry farm. Because as I said, with these 5 steps that I've given, is the sure way, or the way to start, the way to go. So the next video I'm going to do, it will be buying after you've bought after you've bought your beds, and bringing them home. And also I'm going to talk about the breeding house as well, on the breeding, like how breeding, when the birds came in, what you need to do and what you don't need to do, so that it's step by step, so that it will guide you on what to do to achieve what I have at my back here. So I will end here, and please share the video and let's all learn, so that we can have the best, or we can also help people also to develop their self, and also to have something to put on the table for their families. So as I say thank you for giving me the audience to listen. Thank you for also watching me. I'm grateful, and I'll come up with the next video. So please kindly watch, share, comment, and also follow the page. And also, if you have anything you want to ask me, when you comment on my section, I will reply you in no time. Thank you, and I say bye bye.